Welcome to the Transformational Soul Show with your host, Ruth Soltman. Are you ready to experience more stability in your life? You can change your life and be who you are meant to be, your authentic self.
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to the Transformational Soul. My name is Ruth Soltman, and I'm really glad that you are here. Hello, Robert. Nice to see you. And yes, I will be doing some messages a little bit later, so I will definitely pull a card for you. Hello, Richard. Nice to see you. Hi, Joyce. So glad you guys could be here tonight. I want to say hello to everybody watching on Rumble. And if you're here on YouTube or Facebook watching this show, then please comment, just say hi or something. It's really nice when we can, chit chat back and forth and, be able to say hi to you. Before we do get started, as everyone's coming in, I do have a few announcements. So in addition to Amazon now, you can also purchase my books in my Etsy store, Angelworks Publishing. So I'm sure Tiffany will put that link up, so you guys check those out. I'm going to be adding a couple of things. I'm going to be doing some bundles as well, because a couple of people have told me, they'd be interested in that for Christmas. So I thought I would get that out there as well. I've posted a new product on my Mystic Impressions Facebook page. They are tumblers. And I'm going to be uploading several new Christmas ornaments this weekend. So watch out for those. I post them on my Mystic Impressions page, and I also post them on my personal page and usually on the Transformational Soul page, just so you guys can all get to see them. I do have a sale going on until Sunday. All of my mugs are 50% off. So you might want to check those out. And there's also a direct link now to purchase my card decks. So you can check that out. And if you want to order in time for Christmas, please note that the shipping takes about 10 to 14 days once you place your order. Hello, Sarah. So nice to see you here. So let's all just sit back and relax for a minute. If you're able to, depending on where you are, if you're in a place that you can, just close your eyes, just relax, and take a few deep breaths in and out. In and out. And one more. And out. Let us call in our spiritual teams, our angels, our guides, our ancestors, and our higher selves. We ask that you protect the sacred circle with the highest vibrations of love and light. We ask that you only allow in those energies that are of the highest vibrations of love and light. Now, in your mind's eye, put into the center of this circle anyone who needs healing, including yourself. Now we will all together raise our hands in this sacred circle and send healing, love, and light to all. Now, let us focus our attention and our intention on those that are affected by Hurricane Ian. To all of those in his path, we send our love, our light, and healing energy. We ask for protection and safety for all of those in the path of this storm. We ask that they receive the strength and courage they need at this time. We ask that all of their friends and family who are worried and concerned for their loved ones' well-being find peace of mind, serenity, and calmness. We ask that they all feel the love and comfort of their angels around them. We ask that this storm passes quickly. Let them know that they are protected. Let this experience and situation unite everyone together in love. Let this experience give them the opportunity to shine their light even brighter. Let this experience fill all of us with gratitude. And so it is. Hello, Elizabeth. Glad to see you here. So, the magnitude, the strength, and the power of Mother Earth is just incredible. She is purging, she is clearing herself, she is cleansing herself. And, with all of that is going to come a difference in the energy, and you're going to be able to feel it. You will definitely be able to feel it. So all of this stuff going on with this hurricane and this tremendous storm in Florida, because I have a lot of loved ones and friends in Florida. So I've been paying really close attention and sending lots of prayers and healing energy since yesterday. But it started bringing up some memories for me of when Hurricane Harvey hit here in the Houston area. It was in 2017, about 5 months after my mom had transitioned. So I was there all by myself. Now my daughter lived 2 doors down. We got like 22 inches of rain, I believe, in one day. Nothing flooded. The yard wasn't even like a puddle. It was crazy. But this was a storm that moved very, very slow. That's why, I put the intention out there of Ian moving very quickly, because when it was moving so slow, it stalled in the Houston area for like 4 or 5 days. And it took weeks for the flooding to subside. Going through a situation like that, the anticipation of uncertainty of what lies ahead can be frightening for many people. My daughter Kristen was pregnant with her oldest, Charlotte, and she was due at the end of August. Well, some things happened, and she ended up having to have her earlier. She ended up having her on the 20th. If she would have went to her original due date, that would have been during all the disaster of Harvey. So, everything really does happen for a reason. And it's so important for us to remember that. So I can understand the feelings, and everything. But what we really need to do, and what's really important, is for us to just hold that place of love and light for everyone concerned. Elizabeth says, I'm in Sarasota and so grateful we are safe, and bonus, we still have power. Well, that is wonderful. Thanks to all, and I pray for all affected by this. That is wonderful. I'm so glad you still have power. So I've noticed in the last week, and I'm sure you guys have too, many people that I've talked to have confirmed this energy lately is bringing up triggers for a lot of people. Things from the past that were buried and never healed, they're coming up to the surface now to be healed. So it's really important to recognize this when it happens, because triggers are a gift. They are such a gift. They don't feel like a gift. They feel more like a gag gift, but they are a gift because they shine a light on areas where we need healing. So we need to acknowledge that when we see it. When those triggers pop up, we need to acknowledge them. We need to do the work so that we can move on with our lives. So I have a question for you guys. What would you do if money was not a concern? Now, I don't mean like, buy a mansion or a boat. But what I mean is, if you didn't have to have the security of a steady income, what would you be doing? So I would really like you guys to, comment your answers in the comment box there. And it's something that should come pretty quick to you for most people. What would you be doing if you didn't need to worry about a steady check or income? And it's really important to be able to acknowledge this within yourself, because this is what you should be doing in one way or another. Because whether it's something that you choose to do permanently full-time, something you choose to do part-time, or just occasionally, this is what feeds and fires your soul. Sarah says singing, lots and lots of singing, cooking too. Well, you are doing that, Sarah, because you have your singing page. So you can put that out there And when you're singing, I mean, you can see your face lights up and, everything like that. And that's really important. Robert says, I love history. That is awesome. Um, so we need to be doing these things that really feed our soul and really set us on fire. Think how differently your life would be if you were doing something that you absolutely loved. Because most of us, or a lot of us, really aren't. We know there's things that we would like to do that would spark that in us, but for whatever reason, we don't. We just let it be like a pipe dream. Richard says, acting as I am doing now. Awesome, Richard. And I can tell because I've heard you, I've seen some of your posts about some of your roles that you've played. And the energy that I feel from that is very excited, like it brings you a lot of joy. And that is so wonderful. You need to keep doing that. But a lot of times we don't we know what this is within ourselves and we just leave it buried. We don't even try to acknowledge it. We don't try to live it. We just figure maybe one day. But think about how different your life would be if you were doing it now. So just for fun, visualize what your life would be like if you were living every day in that passion. Think about it. Feel what that would feel like for you. Your days would be filled with so much joy, excitement, and passion. You would project out that energy of joy, excitement, and passion, and it would be contagious. Picture the way you want to live the rest of your life and start setting goals to achieve that. I'm not telling anyone you need to quit your job or anything like that. But what you need to do is you need to fulfill that part of you that needs to be fulfilled with that passion. Joyce says, writing and helping others on their journey. That is beautiful. Beautiful. Richard says, and love. Wonderful, Richard. And it's important for us to do this because it fills something in us that nothing else in our life can fill. But now, like a lot of people, are already in a position where you love your job, and that's fantastic. Maybe it even feeds your soul. But take a long, hard look at it. Make sure, because you're the only one that knows where your passion lies within you. You're the only one. Other people might tell you, oh, you're good at this or you're good at that. But no one but you knows what feeds your soul and what sets your soul on fire. You're the only one that can make any kind of changes in your life. So don't live another day without that fiery passion in your soul. It is so important for us to do this. This is what's going to make you come alive and feel alive. And if you're holding back because of some kind of fear or anything like that, don't. You have to step beyond that comfort zone. You have to grab that and go for it no matter what it is. Because, otherwise you're going to be right where you are right now, 5 years from now. If you never step out of that comfort zone, you're just going to be in the same place. And it's kind of like taking steps, like on a treadmill where you're just taking steps and moving, but you're not going anywhere. And it doesn't have to be, go into work tomorrow, quit your job, go home and be like, well, this is what feeds my soul, so I'm just going to do this. No, we're human. We need to have, money and resources like that in order to function in our society right now. We have bills we have to pay. We have to have food, and that's understandable. But how many people get up every morning and dread going to work? How many people have to drag themselves to the office or to the shop or wherever they work? It doesn't have to be like that. You might start out this thing that just feeds your soul, and it may turn into a situation where it's you're being so abundantly blessed in every way by this that you don't need that 9 to 5 job. You never know, right? But you're not going to know until you actually try. It's important to put yourself out there. It's important to take those chances. And it's important to not let fear, especially fear, hold you back. Mm. You know, fear is just an illusion. When we have fear in that space within us, hello, Veronica. Thank you for being here. When we have that fear in that space inside of us, love can't live in that same place. So you got to get rid of the fear and fill yourself with love. Love is going to feed your soul. And, you know, when you do that and you vibrate higher, you spread that love, and it's just contagious to everyone. So something to really keep in mind as you move forward. And a lot of times, you know, we have these mental blocks that we create for ourselves. You know, we think, well, this is my passion. This is what I absolutely want to do. I love doing this. I am just in the happiest place in my life. I'm in my zone when I'm doing this. But people tell me I'm not very good at it. Don't worry about what anyone tells you. If you are living in your passion, um, you are good at it. If it's something that resonates that deeply with you, you know, this is something you need to explore. We are all born with many, many gifts. And some people just never open, you know, they never unwrap that package. We don't just have one gift. We have so many that we've been given. And how many of you have known someone that had an amazing gift, was very talented, and they just well, from the way we saw it, they wasted away their talent because they never utilized it. They never used it. And it's really sad when you see a situation like that. Um, I know of someone who was an amazing singer. Now, this is someone years and years ago, an absolutely amazing singer. Wanted to go to college, you know, teach music and choir and all this stuff. And she let people talk her out of it. I don't know if she still sings or not, but she went in a totally different direction, which I always felt was not what she really wanted to do, but she let other people talk her into it. Now, that's one thing too that sometimes comes with youth. So when you're younger, it's sometimes easier to be led by others. But it's important to stand in your truth and know who you are, because then there's less likelihood of anything like that happening. Joyce says, I was told by a guidance counselor at school that I'd struggle like an artist if I pursued writing. I truly believe what you're saying. Well, good. I'm glad you do. Because, you know, that was one thing that this girl was told too. You won't make it as a singer. You're not going to make any money. You know, you need to go into a profession where you're going to make more money and be able to, you know, support yourself plus. And it just still makes me kind of sad that she didn't. But you know what? That's her journey, not mine. So I have to honor that. Hello, Stony. Nice to see you. Hello, Devin. So I hope that you're pursuing that, Joyce. I have seen some posts that you have written before, and they're very well written and very heartfelt. And I know many times when I've pulled cards for you, I've had those messages about you writing and journaling. So I really hope you are doing that. But yeah, we can't listen to what other people think we should do. We have to do what we know is, you know, what our heart and our soul desires. You can't listen to anybody else because no one knows you as well as you do, right? Nobody knows you as well as you. Joyce says, thank you. I'm trying. That is awesome. I'm so happy to hear that, Joyce. I really am. Stony says, I was told by teachers that being a professional wrestler and a professional BMX rider were hobbies. I'm both now, and they can suck an egg. Ha! Good for you. Good for you, Stony. See, you went for that thing that really, you know, sparks your soul. And I know I've seen a lot of your stuff on Facebook, and I can tell you have such a passion for that. And that is just so beautiful that you're following that. So good for you. Sarah said, so true. That I know, and it's just amazing that, some of us are just starting to realize these things now. Imagine if we knew this stuff a long time ago. Um, how different our lives would have been, right? And so it's really important now for us to encourage these things in our children, our grandchildren, help them to find their passion so they don't live the next 30 or 40 years, not knowing what it is, not knowing how to express it. If we could start them from a younger age now, knowing what that is, um, think about how much more they're going to evolve and how much faster they're going to. And just their vibration is just going to be off the charts. So it's really important to instill that in them now. Not what we want their passion to be. It's not like, well, hey, I really enjoy cooking, so I want you to enjoy it too. It has to be what sets them on fire, right? And I know, like for my one granddaughter, it's dance. Now, I kind of figure she's going to dance somehow, some way, most of her life. She was dancing before she could practically walk. Um, and she loves it. And just when she talks about it, like her whole face lights up. And she'll video chat me all the time. Grandma, watch me do this. Watch this move. Watch this. This is my routine this week. And she's very excited about it. And I just love that. And I'm really excited that I get to go see her dance competition in December. I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be so much fun. And so, with her, they had a dance class at school, but they also had a dance team. And she was really hesitant about trying out for the team because she didn't think she was good enough. And she found out how wrong she was. And she's so excited. And all these girls are like sisters to her. I mean, they're very close knit. They're very supportive of each other. And, they have to be a tight unit like that for some of the dances that they do. There's a lot of trust there. So it's really helping to build some good character in her. And I think that is amazing at a young age. Sarah says it's so beautiful to see children light up when they talk about their passion. It is. It is so beautiful. And like, when I think back to when I was a kid, I'm not really sure that, I felt that way or that I expressed anything much about, for myself. But I think it's really important. And now that we know what we do, it's important for us to change that in all these generations going forward. Just think 1 or 2 generations and imagine what it's going to be like for the new babies coming into this world. It's going to be unbelievable. Veronica says, hello, everyone. I couldn't type. I had a baby gecko on my hand. He's in the garden now. Aw, how cute. We have, I don't know if they're actually geckos or lizards because we have the green ones that have the red throat. And then we have some like tan colored ones and some different ones. But I know some of them do change, according to their environment. But every day when I go out on the porch, there's this one green one that it's like he runs, he comes out and he just stands there and like, hey, I'm here. Here I am. And then once I acknowledge him, he kind of goes on, which always cracks me up. But I've noticed we have so many more now. We have some little teeny tiny baby one. It had to have been with its tail 1 inch long. It was so tiny. And that was a few weeks ago. And now I've seen him again and he's really growing. Last year, it was mostly frogs. We had quite a few frogs or toads, little tiny baby ones, but they haven't really been around much this year. It's been mostly the lizards. Hello, Kim. Nice to see you. That just made me think of a couple of weeks ago. Me and my dog were sitting on the porch enjoying the beautiful day. And all of a sudden, there's a tree in the front yard. And all of a sudden, I see all these leaves falling down. And what it looked like is like someone was there with some shears, just going like this, chopping the leaves, and they were coming down in little pieces. I was like, what the heck is that? And I looked, and there's a huge hawk in the tree. Then it was just gone. I don't know where it went, did not hear it fly away or anything. It was just gone. But that was pretty cool. And yes, so it is really important to acknowledge what that is within ourselves and to help encourage it, in our children, grandchildren, nieces, and nephews. And when people see you shining and glowing when you're in that space, they're like, hey, what's going on with you? You're awfully happy, and then they want to know more. So it does spread. So instead of spreading like some of these negative things you see on social media, some of this other crap, let's start spreading all this good news. Let's start spreading all of this light because we need it. Our light is lighting up the darkest corners of this earth. And when we're all together, think of how bright that light is and how much we're burping. Okay. So think of how much when we're all glowing and vibrating together, how much light we are generating to every corner, every part of the earth, into the darkest caves, into the darkest oceans, we are shining light. People see that, people feel that, and people experience it. They're going to feel it more than they're going to see it. So, one thing else that just came to me, something else I've noticed different this week is I've had an increased sense of smell. And everything that I encounter seems to be a lot stronger than it was, a week ago. I'm not sure what that's all about, but maybe some of you are experiencing that. I've had the extra sensitive to sound, on and off. Haven't had like with my taste buds or anything, just with my ears and the scents and odors, smelling. So I wonder if anybody else is experiencing that at all. So next week is already the beginning of October. Can you believe it? So boom, it's going to be Halloween. Boom, it's going to be Thanksgiving. Boom, it's going to be Christmas. It's insane how quickly, the weeks this year have gone by this year. It's crazy to think that it's almost 2023. And that these last weeks of this year are going to go by very quickly. Time has been very weird lately. Like my mornings my first part of my day have been going by super, super slow. And then all of a sudden I'll see it's like 1 o'clock. I'm like, oh, better eat lunch. And then the next thing I know, it's like 4. I don't know. The time has been very weird. But, I was thinking about it today. What if we didn't have any clocks? It's just our human way of processing things, processing time. Sarah said, oh my goodness, me too. Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Thank you for that, Sarah. Sony says, ever since COVID started, it seems that time has constantly been in fast forward. I agree. It really does. And you think, when all that first started and people were staying home and people couldn't go anywhere, everybody that you would hear, they'd be like, oh, they're so bored. There's nothing to do. This time is just going by so slow, but it wasn't. I remember when that first started and then, like a year later and they're like, oh, it's been a year since this began. And I'm like, there's no way it could be a year. It felt like it had been, it's just gone by so quickly. Devin said, I had a really strong smell this afternoon, but I think it was for the fact that I was working in the cow. Oh, I see. In the cow manure yard hanging gates. That could be. But maybe it was a lot stronger than it usually is. That's not a smell I would enjoy, Devin. I'll tell you. um, so yeah, I mean that's just it's this whole concept of time. Now, if you think about time travel, okay, that's something that like gives me a headache because our human mind can't like process that. Like I've watched a couple of movies about time travel, and I mean I swear I had like the worst headache afterwards. Well, how could this? How could that? And it seems so crazy um, that it just kind of gives you a headache. But I think it's something that's very interesting. All right. Let's see if anybody else has hopped on here that I missed. All right. So, yes. So let's all try to encourage each other, you know, into living in our passion, into living with what sets our soul on fire. And some people that want to just go for it, you know, and not worry about that, the security of that weekly paycheck, develop the attitude that do what you love and the money will come. I mean, I've heard that a lot. And, you know, when you put out those intentions to manifest it, you can do that. You can manifest what you need. Oh, speaking of time, I have to leave and be somewhere. Sorry. Much love to all. Well, Veronica, much love to you too, dear. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. Um, oh, thank you, Sarah. Sarah says, I love your necklace. I got that for Mother's Day, I believe, or my birthday this past year. I love it. Yeah, I think that's what it was from. So I'm going to give some messages in a few minutes. If you would like a message, go ahead and drop it in the chat box. Now, if you would like to make a love donation, that's greatly appreciated. If you're on Rumble, you can do a Rumble rant. If you are on YouTube, you can do a, what is it called? Super sticker, super chat. Or you can send it to my Venmo. My Venmo is at Ruth-Soltman, RUTH-S as in Sam, OLT, M as in Mary, A, N as in Nancy. Now, if you make a donation of $5 or more, as I am doing messages, you will go to the front of the line and receive a little bit longer message. Any messages $4.99 or below, you will be first in line after the donation of $5 or more. That makes sense to you. I may have given you a headache. I apologize for that. But I know Robert had asked for a message. Let's see. Okay. And Richard. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards. I'm going to do Robert Meyer or Myers. Let me go back up here and see. I think it's Meyer. Myers. Okay. Robert Myers. Let's see what we have for you. Now, if any of you out there have a small business or something like that that you would like to promote, you could sponsor one of the Goldylocks shows, and Tiffany will make a little advertisement, like a little commercial that will play, at the halfway point of the show that you sponsor. It's a great way to get your business out there, especially, with the holidays coming up. It would be great advertising. And, once it's out there, it's going to stay on the internet forever. So that's always a great idea. Okay, Joyce, I see ya. Okay, so Robert, what do we have for Robert? Robert. Ooh, Robert, it's time for you to manifest. So you think and you clearly put out those intentions of what you want in your life. You have to be very clear, and you have to be crystal clear, okay? Don't put any negativity into it. Don't put any negative words like, well, I don't want, never ever. We always have to be very positive, very precise, and very to the point, because the universe is going to match the energy that you're putting out, and they're going to send that back to you. And this is a great time to manifest whatever you want in your life. With all this amazing energy that you can tap into, it's going to be so much easier and so much faster. Make sure you don't have any obstacles or blocks that are going to prevent you from receiving the good that is coming to you. Know that you are worthy. Know that you are good enough, and know that you deserve it. You deserve all the good that is coming to you. So you start putting out those crystal clear intentions of exactly what you want, and you watch how quickly they manifest in your life. You cannot have any doubt. You have to believe it 100%. You have to trust, 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 trust. And you will be amazed at the things that you can manifest in your life. So I hope that resonates with you, Robert. And Richard. Richard. Okay, Richard. See what we have for you. Ooh, Richard. Make a wish. Your wish is going to come true. But what is a wish? That is putting out that thought of what we want. It's manifesting. And beautiful time to do that is now. Beautiful time with all of this energy that you can tap into. What is it that you want in your life? What are you wishing for? What are you hoping for? What are you wanting? What are you desiring? Put that crystal clear intention out there, Richard, and it is going to come to you. Your wish is granted. It, act like it's already done. Act like it's already done. And I hope that resonates with you, Richard. And Robert says, sounds good to me. Well, you can do it, Robert. You can do it. Oh, my hair is just tickling my nose like crazy. Joyce. See what we have for Joyce. Joyce. Ooh. Joyce, ask for a sign. Ask for a sign. So I'm feeling like you know what direction you want to go in, but you're kind of second guessing yourself. That you are thinking, well, this is what I feel I should do, or whatever the situation may be. But I feel like you're just second guessing yourself and you're just not sure. You have to trust. You know your inner guidance is never going to steer you wrong. You know your intuition is 100% on. You just have to trust it 100%. And yes, I know that is the hardest part to do. It really is. But once you do it, it's like the difference between taking from crawling, okay, to taking giant leaps, because that's how much difference it's going to make in your life. Trusting your intuition 100%, no doubt, no fear, no hesitation. It's going to, first of all, it's going to really empower you. But second of all, it's going to make everything so much faster. It's going to work so much faster. So when you second guess yourself, I feel like you think, well, okay, if this is what you want me to do, show me a sign. But then I feel like they're showing you signs, but you're not realizing that these are your signs. So take this as your sign. Do what you desire. And there's none of us are promised tomorrow. All of us could be gone tomorrow. And then, you don't like Wayne Dyer always said, don't die with your music still in you. And that always hit me really, really hard, because I thought, how terrible would that be to never have that fire in your soul, never, know your purpose and live in your purpose and work in your, at your purpose. How awful would it be to just leave this earth before you had fulfilled that stuff? It's just sad. But, us humans, we just hold ourselves back, and out of fear. Or, it could be fear, many different kinds of fear. Fear that we're going to succeed, fear that we're going to fail, fear that people are going to laugh at us. All different things. Fear that we're just going to fall on our face. And so what if we do? At least we tried. And at least we're doing what we know we're supposed to be doing. Okay. You are welcome, Richard. Sarah says, would love a message if there's time. Oh, there's time. There is time, Sarah. Let's see what we have for Sarah. Divine timing, Sarah. Just a reminder. And it's a good reminder for all of us. Yeah. Everything in our life happens in divine timing. We may want it to happen at a certain point because we're human and we're impatient. And, when all these things are working on the other side, there's no sense of time like there is here. This is just our human concept of time. Everything's going to happen according to plan. Everything's going to happen according to divine timing, which we don't even know what that is, right? But when the time is right, it will happen. We just have to be patient with ourselves. And I know how difficult that can be sometimes. We get very impatient because we're so tired of working on these things and, wanting them to
We are experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by as we resolve this issue.
Share your appreciation to our show hosts by submitting a testimonial for your favorite Goldylocks Productions show.
Become a Goldylocks Productions VIP patron.
Receive exclusive access to live stream special and
Other epic perks.
join the Goldylocks Productions VIP community today.
Well, that was the weirdest feeling in the world. All of a sudden, everything just went black, but like for a half a second. Sorry, guys. I don't know what that was about. So anyway, Sarah, I actually remember where I was. Um, so everything is in divine timing. Just be a little more patient, because everything is coming to you just as it needs to. I hope that resonates with you and anyone else that I haven't seen so far that would like a card. Just please put it in the comments. Sarah said, "How wild is that? Talking about divine timing." Yeah, that hasn't happened to me during a show yet. It was weird. Okay, so I'm going to pull a card real quick for Veronica, who couldn't stay. And anyone else, please put it in the comments there. We've got plenty of time to get to everyone. Unless there's like 100 people that are going to all of a sudden comment, then, there's that idea. I'm glad I'm back too. That was like the weirdest feeling to be sitting here, seeing all the comments, knowing you guys are all out there, then everything was gone. Veronica, Veronica, Veronica. Allow love, Veronica. Allow love into your life in every form. Every form. And allow more self-love. I know you've been doing so much healing in this past year. And that is so amazing and so beautiful. And just allow a little bit more love for yourself. Don't get stressed out about everybody else's issues. Send healing and love to those areas, but don't let them stress you out. Everybody else's issues are not your problems to solve. They're their own. And I know sometimes people do need assistance, and that's great, but you need to focus on yourself and your self-care. Because if you don't take care of yourself, you cannot be there for others. So I hope that resonates with you. Sarah said, "Thank you for that reminder. I have had a lot going on in my head lately. Great messages. Thank you." Well, awesome. Joyce says, "I understand completely. Thank you. Very appreciated." You're very welcome. And here, it's funny that this happened with the power, because we had, like, this week, it's crazy. Because, I've told you guys all for months how hot it's been here. So I got up Monday and I had to wear a hoodie. It was crazy. It was only in the morning though. It warmed up. But we've had really cool mornings, and I read that it's supposed to be a lot cooler at night now too. So we're having some kind of a little cold front, I guess, which is absolutely crazy. But I was sitting outside today, and I took Judy out in the afternoon, and she loves to be outside. So we're just sitting out there, and she's writing with chalk. And I'm just noticing how incredibly beautiful the weather was. The sun was shining, and it was really quiet because all the neighborhood kids are at school. And it was just so beautiful out. The temperature was perfect. There was a little breeze. Really nice. And then I thought, wow, it's so crazy that it's like that here. But in Florida, it's like a totally different story. Very grateful for our weather. Okay, Devin would like a card. Let's get Devin a card. Oh, Devin, you got the same card as Veronica. Allow love. Allow love into your life. Allow more love into your life and into your heart. And this does not have to be like a romantic kind of love. This is the love of friends, the love of family, the love of yourself. Because as we know, it's not selfish to love ourselves and to put our needs first. Because like I think it was Sarah, no, Veronica, if you don't take care of yourself first, then you can't be there for anyone else in your life. Because if you don't replenish all of that, and have that good supply of love and health and energy, then when you try and give it away all the time and you're not replenishing it, it just totally depletes you. It will make you ill. It will make you sad. It will, you can get depressed. So you have to make sure, and resentful too. You can get resentful from that and angry. So you don't want to do that. Make sure you're filling up that heart space with tons of love for yourself. Okay, Sarah says, it always seems like when there is a hurricane, how messed up and cool our weather becomes. That's true. Devin says, supposed to frost here in northern Illinois. Oh, frost. I'm sorry, Devin. I think you kind of like enjoy that weather, but definitely. Well, I grew up in Michigan, so we had some really nasty winters when I was a kid. Now, when I was there, I mean, winters are so mild now compared to what they were like then. Because then, I mean, we would get like a couple of feet of snow, and it would stay so cold that that snow would last like the whole entire winter. I'm gonna pull a card for Stony if he's still listening. See what we get for you. Nature. Well, from the sound, I mean, I know you spend a lot of time outdoors. At least it seems that way. Um, but nature is calling. They're wanting you. Nature is wanting you to enjoy it more. Spend a little more time in nature. But when you're there, they're wanting you to experience it at every level through all of your senses. Not just what you see, but what you smell, what you feel, what you hear. Because they're saying it can be very healing and very therapeutic for you. So I'll leave that with you. I missed tonight. Love. Well, hello, Jan. You were just right in time. Would you like a card here? That's where we're at right now. If you'd like a card, just let me know, and I will pull one for you. And anyone else that I've missed or that did not comment previously, if you would like a card, just let me know. All right, Jan, let's see what we have for you. I'm glad you could join us tonight, Jan. I know the time is a little bit different for you because you're out in California. Oh, whoops, that one just fell out. It's the Jan card. Oh, Jan. Self-care. Look at that. They're wanting you to take better care of yourself. They're wanting you to relax more. They're wanting you to, give your worries away. Give them, when you're worried and concerned about stuff, don't play it over and over in your head. Just, give it to the angels. Let them help you. Ask for their help. Let them carry that burden. You don't need it. You do not need it. Um, what you need is more rest, a bit healthier eating habits. Because the better that you eat and the more nutritious food that you eat, it's going to help your energy levels. It's going to help a lot. And drinking a lot of water. Um, Try meditating a little bit, taking a hot bath to relax and just clear your mind. And when you're taking that hot bath, just think about nothing. Just try to chill and be in the moment. Be in the moment. Don't worry about what happened at work yesterday. Don't worry about what you got to do a week or two from now. Just focus on the moment. Because when you live in the moment, that's when you're present. That's when you don't have the fear of the future or the anxiety of the past. Just live in the moment and take time for yourself because you are worthy of it and you deserve it, Jan. You absolutely deserve it and you need it. I feel like you're just going in a million different directions and like you have 100 thoughts going on at the same time. And you just need some relaxation. You need to, try to take your mind off of a lot of those things. Jan says, yes, it's time. Thank you so much. Yes. Think of nothing, the now. Yes. Because that's where you're going to find your peace. You're going to find your calmness. You're going to find that stillness. And that's what you need. You need that. It's really going to help you a lot. And sleeping, try to get more sleep if you possibly can. Don't lay in bed at night and, be worrying about everything. Just try to go to sleep. Maybe listen to meditative music or like singing bowls. You can find videos like that on YouTube. And they can be very wonderful to listen to when you're going to sleep. So maybe try something like that. Or if you have like maybe nature sounds, whatever it is that really resonates with you. Because I think that will really help you to focus on that as you're going to sleep instead of your mind not being able to shut off, if that makes sense. And, a lot of us are like that, not being able to shut our mind off when we go to sleep. So that's something that might work for a lot of you. Find what resonates with you and helps you to quiet your mind. It could be meditating right before you go to bed. It could be taking a hot bath and relaxing. Or it could be putting on some meditative music or, chimes or singing bowl or something like that. Whatever is going to do it for you and what resonates with your energy. That's what you need to do. I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. The end of September already. So crazy. So crazy. That it's already going to, our next show is going to be in October. I just want to remind you guys that in December, before the holidays, I'm going to have my holiday giveaway show. And of course, I've been thinking about that for months. I'm planning on all the things I'm going to give away because it's so much fun to do that. So I hope, you guys will be able to join me for that. And I'm also on my show the night before Thanksgiving, that Wednesday. I'm going to be doing a giveaway and possibly a raffle. You will have to be on the live to win, but if you're doing other things and you don't have time to just watch, you can be listening. So it's just something to keep in mind. It's going to be a lot of fun. I want to thank you all for being here. I appreciate and I love each and every one of you. And I look forward to spending this time with you again next week. I love you all. Good night.
Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show.